He was number one.
Hello, 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 hello. Long time no see, stranger. Hello, Brian. Hello, C3. Hello, Superman. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Who are you? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just found this channel and I decided to take it over. Hello, Yvonne. Hello. Welcome in. How are we all doing today? How are we doing on this fine Tuesday? Day. How are we all doing? Can't be worse than the previous inhabitant of this channel. Hey! But yeah, no, thank you for being understanding with me. Missing Saturday's stream. I had to poke some fun at you. I know. But yeah, no. How was your trip? It was fun. Yeah. I spent the weekend at Pinky Mama's. I love spending time with Pinky Mama and her girlfriend. They're both, obviously I love Pinky Mama, but her girlfriend's also, pretty cool. She's like an OG lesbian from like the 80s. So she's pretty rad. And yeah, and we went and we got good food. We got sushi. Hi, I'm around, but my phone is kind of not doing great at all, so I'll be lurking and trying to get a new phone soon. No worries. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, no worries. But yeah. Oh, yes, thank you for the bits, Ryan. Have my bits. But yeah, no, it was a really fun time. We got good food. Also, I talked to Pinky Mama and her girlfriend because I really wanted to come up with names for them, because obviously Pinky Mama has Pinky Mama, but she would have a real name in this universe. You just made it sound evil when it was intended way hornier. You're too wholesome, dude. But yeah, so we decided that Pinky Mama's girlfriend's name to y'all will be Piney. So Pinky Mama girlfriend and Piney her girlfriend. Pinky Mama and Piney. But yeah, so yeah, because Piney's awesome. But yeah, so we got good food. We got sushi, which was, oh my god, the sushi was so fucking good, dude. It was so fucking good. But yeah, we got sushi and then we went thrifting, and it was like this really big, awesome thrift store, and I got a bunch of awesome new clothes. I literally got like a trash bag full of new clothes and also DVDs. Because I also got DVDs because they had a bunch of great DVDs, and oh wait, hold up. Does that mean we were getting Pinky Mama and Piney? I don't know if Piney will come on stream. Probably just Pinky Mama would come on stream, but I wanted to have a name for her. Also, she asked if she could be I forget if she asked to be a weasel or an otter, because she likes weasels and otters. So she might, if I do design her, she might be an anthropomorphic weasel. You forgot? I need to ask her. Listen. I didn't like write it down or anything. She was just like, hey, Pinky, like, could I be I think she said weasel. I think she said weasel because she likes weasels and otters. Oh my god. I'm gonna tell Piney. No, she thinks I'm cool. SMH my head. No, but yeah, but they both really they both find it really fun that I'm doing this, and they're like, oh, so like how has your chat been? How have your fans been? And I'm like, oh. But yeah, it was a really nice, it was a pretty like low key, Pinky Mama drove down on Friday to pick me up, and then we drove up, and then we spent Friday and then Saturday at their house, and then we drove back on Sunday, and I got back on Sunday. And so yeah, and then on Monday I had my first in-person rehearsal for the show I'm a part of. Woo woo woo! I'm excited. I'm excited. I haven't been a part of a show for like over a year, so I'm like really excited about that. I'm like, I'm a theater kid. I'm a fucking theater kid. But yeah, I also did more work on the cover I've been working so much on. How have your fans been? Well, Brian lurks a lot and C3 is an idiot. No, wait, Brian is the idiot and C3 lurks a lot. No, but yeah, thank you for understanding. And yeah, it was a nice, you know, cap off to my spring break. But now I'm back. And I'm ready to stream. I'm ready to fucking stream, dude. I have also, I'm also deciding I want to nail down a date for the Pinky 2.0 debut because almost everything is ready. There's a few things that I'm still working on before, but I think I want to do the debut in May. I think I might want to do the debut in May because I want to put my full energy into the debut, and I'm worried if I do it in April, then it'll conflict too much with the show. So if y'all are cool with that, if y'all are cool with delaying Pinky 2.0 a little bit, then you may or may not want to do it in May. Yeah, exactly. Back, energized and ready, collapse into a mental breakdown of Morgan. Yeah! Speaking of which, we should probably just go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and switch over to gameplay cam. I made myself real tiny. I made myself real fucking small. But yes, so last time we learned that Sosuke's little lord, and then he doesn't want that to be known because he's loyal to the family who killed his family, which, you know, makes sense because they raised him. And we're calling witnesses to the stand, and last we left off, we were just about to call the next witness to the stand, so let's see who we got. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Then perhaps our next witness can shine a light on the source of this deficiency. Who's the next witness? Who is it? Yes! Hot lady! Yes! It's the hot lady! The hot lady, as if there's not a dozen fucking hot ladies in Of the Devil. Of the Devil is so great for people who are attracted to women. I'm sure it's great for people who are attracted to men too, but I'm not attracted to men, so I can't comment on that, really. Adelaide Hahn, site manager at Zionist Security. I served as supervisor for the scene of the crime in case 356319-B. Wow! Can I call you lady? Nah, babe. But what should I call you, though? Well, you can keep calling me babe, or... She would dress the adjutant as Your Honor. Oh, she's so disappointed. Look at her face. Awfully cold name for such a hot... Why the hell wasn't this knife found sooner? Oh, right. That's what we did last time, is we finally were able to bring up our knife that we found in the dumpster. Are we in... Sorry. I want to make sure. Can I put it in streamer mode? How do I put it in streamer mode? Yeah, it has streamer mode, but it's... Okay. There we go. Sorry. That's on my end. Why the hell wasn't this knife found sooner? Well, I hate to throw a business partner under the bus, but we at Zionist Security maintain the perimeters and stand watch over secured scenes. It's the cops who do the searching and flagging. Yeah, there was no music, but it just started up now. Yeah, we just managed to start on a place that had music paused. You'd have to ask them why they didn't go dumpster diving. It was a drum. The police aren't your business partners, though, are they? I don't understand the question, Your Highness. Zionist Security is a cell corporation owned by FIC Holdings, an offshore rebranding and effective pseudonym for Kim Acquisitions, aka the heart of the criminal organization operating in the lower wards that is commonly referred to as the Blue Blood Mafia. Okay, let's check out that term, cell corporation. Corporation structured such that its employees have no knowledge of its parent orgs. A cell corporation is an informal rather than legal label for a business that operates without any clear or explicit knowledge of who its parent or sibling companies may be. The name comes from the late 19th century and early 20th century covert cell systems, often employed by terrorist or paramilitary organizations. As there is no technical definition of what constitutes a cell corporation, the experiences of employees operating within such companies vary greatly, but it is commonly reported that individuals are expected to complete their work without full information about how their jobs slot into the greater corporate structure. While many consider the comparison inappropriate or even libellous, there is nothing illegal about the organizational structure, and some consider it a prudent measure to reduce the risk of trade secrets leaking to competitors. Users also frequently searched for, "What is my job? Honey, what is my job?" If you say so. Sounds like it's above my pay grade. Permission to treat the witness as hostile? Can I get popcorn first? Do you know why the state cooperates with the Blue Bloods to this degree? Why you're allowed to run your businesses and manage your petty fiefdoms? Petty fiefdoms? How about this? It's a free country and we're loyal, capitalist, tax-paying entrepreneurs. You got your own explanation? It's because you're insignificant. Neither you nor your organization are on trial here today. That's not a favor, and it's not a show of respect. It's just reality. The state is slow to shift its priorities. You aren't the focus of this investigation. But if you impede this trial's progress by dodging questions and playing stupid, you'll find that the state shifts its attention to your neck very fast. Hello! You got questions for me then? Why wasn't the alley searched? Because the police found all the murder weapons within minutes. No rational person walked into that bloodbath and thought, gee, I wonder if there's a knife buried under a pile of ash in the alley downstairs. Your witness, counselor. My turn. Let's fucking go, Morgan. Okay. Let's go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and fucking save. My hunch is right. It'll be critical that I gather as much information as possible about the scene of the crime. Maybe we should look over our evidence again. Vault door, my knife. Recovered at the bottom of an ash-filled barrel. Bears clear signs of bloods. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see if we can... And the ways in which it changed after I left. When did Sinus Security first arrive on the premises, ma'am? Midnight. Oh, we got a card behind me. It's a 5. You can't see it, but it's a 5 of hearts. About 2 hours after my client was arrested. You're sure? Checked my messages and saw the time right on my phone when we got there. Ah, fuck, there's a bot! Ah! Kill it. Kill it with fire. Ban the bot. Got it. Ban boy. Ban boy. You were there yourself? Maybe also ban boy IDK. Trouble with being a site supervisor. You gotta stay on site. A lot of naps in parked cars. Han let slip a few details about the building's setup when we first met. Time to get it all out on the record. Oh shit, okay. We talked about the building security. Okay. I am going to save again. I think we want to talk, we've definitely talked about building security. This might be an all thing. Let's try. Do you know who owns the building that these crimes took place in? I don't. Do you know who installed the security features on location? It was Sinus. Must have gotten hired by someone. Not my department. But you recognize some of the handiwork? The front door was Sinus. The individual vault room locks, too. That front door was locked when officers arrived. They had to shoot it open. Shouldn't your security systems recognize officers of the law? Our doors use physical locks. A lot of folks in the lower wards don't trust a fob scanner that can be hacked. Physical locks can be bypassed too. Sure, but at least that takes time. Oh, fuck. Do all the doors require keys or stay? I'm gonna press. Is there any way to unlock that front door without its key? I mean, you could use a spare, right? Oh, I don't think that was right. Is there any way to lock that front door without its key? Yeah, but the technique's real complicated. You walk out and let it shut behind you. That door is designed to lock behind you automatically? Okay, we got another card. It's a selling point for a building designed to be secure. Okay. About the night's weather. It was a warm night, I'll bet. You asking me about the weather? Not exactly grade A small talk. Relevance, Your Honor. I was trying to be polite, but if you insist. Were the windows open in the building when you arrived? There's a lot of windows, not sure. The crime scene and the room directly below it. Were their windows open? Yes, those windows were open when Sinus arrived. Strange, didn't it rain that night? That drizzle was over before 9 p.m. And even if it had been a downpour, it's not a crime to risk getting your windowsills wet. All right, so the building wasn't completely sealed by the time you got there. Oh shit. Why was the building soundproof? I mean, we know why the building was soundproof, because it's a fucking Blue Bloods building. Why is the building soundproof? Let's stay. Let's ask about the alley. That knife was found in the alley only yesterday, even though the police should have searched there. Yep, seems like not everyone did their job. Did you do yours? Was the alley monitored around the clock? It was. Okay, oh okay, we're at 21. Any disturbances to the scene in the alley? No, none. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay. We're at 21. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay. Thank you. That was a very enlightening conversation. But it raises just one question. Whoever could have gotten inside the building before Chopin and Rogers? Blackjack. Brr. I'll build my own lunar landing with blackjack and hookers. The hell are you talking about? Your Honor, perhaps Counselor Morgan might narrow down her absurd, attention-grabbing claim first, so that the people can properly eviscerate it? Yeah, what she said. My Addie and Han voices are basically the same voice, but with varying enthusiasm. Someone got into the building before Chopin and Rogers did. That's become obvious. And we're gonna save this fucking game. What are you talking about? The only way into that building was through the front door. Chopin had to shoot it down. Are you suggesting that he didn't even try turning the handle first? No, the front door wasn't locked. No, the front door was locked. The front door was locked. No, the door was definitely locked when those two arrived. The fucking windows, dude. This witness has testified that the door is designed to lock itself automatically. So it's impossible for the door to have been left unlocked. As you say, but in that case, if we know that the front door was locked all night, and we know that the master key was found on Creek's body on the 3rd floor, then where do I even... What the hell are you trying to say anyway? Just that they used a spare key. Oh, a spare key. How convenient. But completely unfounded. The witness just testified that a spare key is the only other way in. But there's no proof that a spare key even exists. Probably not, no. Probably. So how about I show the courtroom where it was hidden instead? Fuck. Oh, fuck. Would it be in the alley room? No. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Let's see. Alley drum. Found in alley burning. Before scene secured. Knife underneath it. Soot. Dumpster. Found in alley. Dirty rain marks around it. Signs of being moved. Next crime scene to the room immediately below. Street ladder missing. It's either dumpster or drum. It's either the dumpster or the drum. Okay. Because the dumpster was moved. Dirty rain marks around it. Signs of being moved. Alley drum, found in alley, burning. It's gotta be outside, right? Definitely not inside. Yeah. So I'm thinking it's either the alley drum where we found the knife, or it's the dumpster. Found in alley, burning before scene secured. Knife underneath it, soot. Found in alley, dirty rain marks around it, signs of being moved. It's one of those. Okay, well, let's go ahead and save again. Save, and then if we get it wrong, let's try dumpster. If we get it wrong, we can... The dumpster? You saved enough, Pinker. I don't know. What is your obsession with presenting evidence found in the garbage? I'm going to ignore that comment, and besides, there wasn't a spare key in the dumpster. It must have been underneath it. Yes! I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that, but I still got it. I still got it. I still fucking got it. What? Is that true? Hey, don't look at me. I have no idea what she's talking about. GG, let's fucking go. That dumpster has clearly been moved, as indicated by the markings left behind from dirty rain in the lower wards. We can all see those marks, counselor, but it could have been moved at any point after the last time it rained down there. The witness just testified that the last time it rained was 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. So what? Your claim is that a spare key to the front door was left underneath the dumpster? Not so dissimilar from leaving a spare key under a potted plant. I love you, Sarah. Or a setting stone, or a biwa statue. This isn't anything like either of those examples. That dumpster is massive, and its wheels are long gone. Correct. So if anyone had moved it after police had arrived, the cops definitely would have heard it. If it was moved after the rain stopped and before Chopin and Rogers got there, that narrows it down to sometime between 9 and 10 p.m. And, of course, someone would only bother to move the dumpster that heavy. Slight 2 to 3 dB in game audio or music volume. Oh, do you want me to turn it down a bit more? I can turn it down a bit more. How's that? How's that? How's that? That's... Yeah, sorry, brain farted. Yeah. This is down 1 decibel. Is that good, or do you want me to do it more? A little further? Okay. Let's do... Here, this is down 2 decibels. How's this? How's this sound? How's that sound? Wow. Wagga woo woo! Get ready to rumble! And of course, someone would only bother to move a dumpster that heavy if they knew what they'd find underneath it. Someone like... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. How often did you say that to Mama Pinker? I said it a few times over the weekend. I did say it a few times. She found it very funny. Okay. Okay. First to die. Shot arms. Han. I bet it's gonna be Han. They already have a key. It's gonna be Han. It's gonna be Han. It's gonna be Han. It's gonna be Han. Yes! 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 Well, it had to be Han, of course. A counselor. Ooh, she's pissed. As a known associate of the Blue Blood Mafia and an employee of the security company who installed the front door at the crime scene, fucking yeeted Han under the bus, yeah! Hello, oldest brother Choso in YouTube chat. Hello, hello, welcome in. We're playing Of the Devil episode 2. She'd have known exactly where to find a spare key. That dumpster also, like, straight up grabbed by the stuff and ran toward the bus at full speed, letting Han fly like a bowling ball. That dumpster also happens to be incredibly heavy. But I don't believe this witness's mod documentation has been submitted to the court. Could you estimate for us your approximate lifting strength? You lift with your back, not your arms, lady. Oh shit, ads are starting soon. Okay, ads are starting in a minute, so we're gonna take a pause from the gameplay while I feed my cats. We do ads on Twitch so that I don't get pre-rolls. If you're on YouTube, you're not gonna get anything, but we're still gonna take a small pause just because it's nice to take a pause. It's nice to take a pause. There's the alarm, and so we will run 3 minutes of ads. Feel free to use this time to get a snack.
Come on and subscribe. Give Pinky your money. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, feel free to use this time to get a snack, get a drink, go jerk off, take your meds, whatever you gotta do. And we will be back in 3 minutes. Wow. Give me a second for the ads for my baby. Okay, ads are starting. I'm gonna go feed the cats. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Drop the bass. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, bitches. Oh, it's heating up now. It's heating up now. It's getting spicy. What's up, back, bitches? Fuck. Just knocked my drawing stylus off. Fuck. Okay. I'm still a little bit tired because I got back on Sunday and then Monday was the first in-person rehearsal and that went until like 10 p.m. So then I got home and I stayed up for like another like few hours, so I went to bed at like 10 p.m. Yeah, it was like from like 7 to 10 p.m. It wasn't bad, it was like 3 hours. Yeah. Yes, 10 p.m. That's like barely relatively normal in the theater world. Like when I was doing high school theater, how did you manage to stay awake? I did take a nap earlier in the day. I did take a nap earlier in the day. But yeah, no, that is pretty common in theater. Like when I was in theater in high school, I would go to school all day from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then after school I would have like an hour to like get dinner and all of that stuff, and then from like 4 p.m. to like 11 p.m. would be like the tech rehearsals. So I'm used to it. I'm used to it. But yeah, ads are over. Let's continue. Can't stay out till after 9 p.m. at theater. Theater's different. Theater's different. I can find all the energy in the world for theater. You lift with your back, not your arms, lady. Pushing strength, then. Me? I couldn't push over a flower. Bull fucking shit, Han. Fact is, you're just bullshitting. There's no proof for any of what you've said. We could check for your fingerprints on the front door. You'll find them because I've used it plenty of times. It's my job. We could check for your fingerprints on the dumpster. That thing's filthy. You get nothing but that thing's filthy. You'd get nothing but partials from a bunch of unlisted and addicts and whoever else stumbling around in that alley. Would we? Would God damn it, that fucking chowder bit will never leave my head. Would you care for a free lollipop? Would I? Would you? Would I? Would I what? Care for a free lollipop? Would I? Dunno. But after you do, I might just recall how I nearly puked when I saw that crime scene. And how I might have stepped out into that alley to catch my breath. Would you believe I rested my hands on that dumpster then? This line of questioning is unproductive, Your Honor. Counselor Morgan cannot substantiate her theory because the fact is, there's nothing strange about Hans Prince being on any centimeter of that building. Not when she spent nearly 2 full days patrolling it. True, fingerprints won't be enough. I need something more impactful. And I've got just the thing. What? Han was there that night. She was there before the police ever were, and she was there long before Zionists showed up at midnight. And I can prove it right now. How? Exactly. What? Morgan, what are you planning, girl? What is this move? I'm going to prove how she got there before the police did. Morgan, girl. What the hell was that? Adonai, did you really have to do that again? Pinky's with Emma here, just as surprised. Like, okay, you're our main character. I don't know where the fuck you're going with this, but let me see. What is happening right now? This is a simple whistle. Every time I press it, all right, the whistle. Oh, 80. Every ad in the courtroom picks up a rather nasty frequency. As does any phone with the proper receiver app installed. Ooh, that's a face. That's a face of that's an oh shit face. So, should the witness be excused so she can answer her phone, Your Honor? You brought that shit into the courtroom? Where exactly was this whistle found? At the scene of the crime, of course. Near where Creek's body lay. Police must have disregarded it as a keychain or a toy. Didn't anyone ever teach them that when you find a button, you should press it? That's the exact opposite of what you should do at a crime scene. Yesterday, Dr. Sato testified that Creek was alive for several minutes after being shot. If he pressed this whistle even once in that time, the witness's phone would have started getting alerts. As I've demonstrated to the court just now. Ugh. Anything to say for yourself, Miss Han? Did someone install the app on your phone as a prank? Its reception has a limited range. The lower wards is a tight-knit, high-density community. How far could you have been? Far. I wasn't in the area that night. It doesn't matter what range she was at, Your Honor. The defense claims that Han entered the building with some kind of spare key, letting the front door locked behind her to block Chopin and Rogers. But those 2 officers did enter after they shot the lock. At which point, they didn't run into the witness because she fucking jumped out the window. Creek was shot at around 9:45 p.m. Considering the time it would have taken Han to arrive and retrieve the spare key, she would have only been a few steps ahead of Chopin and Rogers. After coming so far with your brilliant spare key deduction, are you now going to claim that she simply ran away? No, at that point she would have had to hide. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's go ahead and save. Front door, only known entrance. Lock destroyed by Chopin and Rogers. First floor vault. Only one found unlocked by London and Reyes. Requires skeleton key. That might be it. Dumpster, signs of being moved. Yeah, it's gotta be the vault. It's gotta be the vault. Since they didn't see her, logically we must conclude that she hid in one of the rooms on that floor. That is logical, but it is also entirely conjecture. Not this time. Detective London's testimony established the possibility. Let's fucking go get fucked, Emma! Remember what the good Detective London testified earlier? Rogers had already apprehended the suspect, so we focused on securing the area. Sunshine and I cleared the first floor. All the rooms were empty, but one was unlocked. Can you teach me how to speak brackets out loud later? Two police detectives have sworn that one vault on the first floor was found unlocked. Unlocked, perhaps, by a spare master key? Is that some kind of big deal? Oh, I love her fucking eto bleh. Is that some kind of big deal? Your Honor, what Counselor Morgan is proposing would put the witness behind officers Chopin and Rogers as they proceeded upstairs. Not a bad place to be. If you want to do some backstabbing. Ooh! You've gotta be shitting me. That's some creative geometry you're employing, Counselor. Imagining the witness as somehow getting positioned behind Tariq Chopin, yet somehow remaining invisible to the eyes of Officer Rogers. That's non-Euclidean crime scene recreation. Very novel. Her insult sounded really smart, so I'm inclined to agree. I thought I had something, but when I tried to put the cards on the table, how could Han have gotten behind Chopin on the third floor? Was Rogers distracted at the window, maybe? Or... Wrong question. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to work backwards at this point. I shouldn't ask what Han could have done to get in a position where she was able to kill Chopin. I should first ask what Han would have done to serve her own interests. Your Honor, there's some testimony I'd like the court to hear once more. If you could access the stenography protocol? The what protocol? Was I supposed to be taking minutes for this meeting? I can recall any testimony you want to review, Adonai. If Han won't self-incriminate, then the only testimony that could give me a clue as to her actions would be... I mean, it would be Rogers, right? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save, but it's probably Rogers. It's either Rogers or Sosuke. Let's try Rogers. Recite Rogers' testimony from yesterday. Yes! I'm on a roll tonight! I'm on a roll tonight! I got the chips. Recite Rogers' testimony from yesterday. Start from after they entered the building. What are you fishing for? We heard a loud slam. Chopin gets all deadly serious and insists I stay and he goes ahead. That's it. The sound Rogers heard from the alley, the one that made Chopin want to form a pincer. That must have been when Han landed on the... I think it's landed on the dumpster. I'm gonna save again! I'm gonna save again, but I'm pretty sure it's landed on dumpster. It's landed on her... No, it's landed on dumpster, because she was already inside. Landed on dumpster. The sound the officers heard was that of someone fleeing the scene. Out the window, down the fire escape. Oh, this is right. We wouldn't get this art if it wasn't right. And onto the dumpster. Oh, I love this art too. Look at her. It's a bit of a drop. Even a dainty suspect would make quite the racket using the dumpster lid to break their fall. Your Honor, if we have to entertain this thread of conjecture, might we at least ask for proof that it ends somewhere impactful? I hear ya. Counselor Morgan, take this one seriously. You're telling me that? What exactly are you accusing this witness of? Are you prepared to accuse Han of having murdered Tariq Chopin? Fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. Han didn't kill Chopin. Han killed Chopin. I don't know. I don't know, because I feel like Rogers might have killed Chopin. But maybe she did. But maybe she didn't. Oh, fuck. Okay, well... we're saved, so let's try and raise. And if it doesn't work out, we'll reload. Obviously I am. Okay, that doesn't seem right. Counselor, you... am joking. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Yeah, no, because I'm pretty sure Rogers killed Chopin. I'm pretty sure Rogers killed Chopin. If my theory's right, then it was the sound of Han fleeing the scene that caused the cops to split up. In other words, at the time she left, Chopin was still alive. No, she's been uncooperative and has lied on this witness stand, but she didn't kill anyone. Woof. That was anticlimactic. I mean, perjury? Who even cares? Perhaps now, Your Honor, the court can get back on track and bring this witness's testimony to a close. And considering the fact that she may very well have perjured herself, I think it might be a better use of the court's time if we cleared the room for the remainder of this witness's testimony. No objections, Your Honor. Okie dokie! Bailiffs, clear the gallery and remove the defendant to a holding room. They're forcing us out? What the hell? Hey, tag along, would you? With Sosuke? Can't let someone with a concussion fall asleep, right? I'm certainly not still concussed at this point. Oh! See, he's delirious. Trust me. Very well, Adonai. Good luck. All right. Play something's out faster than I thought. No gallery, no jury live feed, no bells and whistles. You just give your testimony to the defense, the people, and moi. Then, when you're done, I get to watch them argue over whether or not I should add it to the record! So, do you think I got something contentious to say? Sorry, but it's just gonna be more of the cold shoulder. What I think is that you're scared. The hell? Of what? Who? You? An audience. What? The pigs? You think I give a shit when any of them thinks, says, does? Even if any one of them might leak what you say back to the old guard? What's an old guard? The ruling faction among the blue bloods, who use young bloods like this witness as their cannon fodder. Where'd you learn all that? You binge a late night special? Knowing Emma, she just learned all of this from... Matter of fact, I did. Old guard knows where my loyalties lie. I'm no snitch. So now there's someone to snitch on? I don't help state prosecutors, and I definitely don't help Ikarian lawyers. The court's already emptied out. We can sit here in silence if you like. 15 minutes of nothing and then you walk out. But when you do, someone's gonna make assumptions about what went on in here. Telling me I'm screwed if I do, or screwed if I don't, ain't exactly got me feeling... Sosuke didn't kill Creek. Maybe you don't care if an Ikarian dog goes down for a crime he didn't commit. But how do you feel about that person who did put that hole in Creek's chest, toasting to the news of the verdict? This is so fucking funny. For her being the one who fucking killed them. Screw this. 9:47 p.m., the night of the murders. I got the alarm on my phone. Knew it was Creek because all the whistles have specific frequencies. You gotta set them into your device if you want to listen for them. Creek had nerves like ice, strong bluffer. Wouldn't press that button unless he absolutely had to. I ran. Was fastest that way, on foot. Usually is in the lower wards. I knew where the spare key was. Helped set up the whole damn place. Doors, keys, soundproofing. Stepped inside and had just gotten my phone light out when those two idiot cops came up. Reds and blues, but no siren. Trying to be some kind of movie shit. I thought they were gonna shoot me. Then I heard Chopin getting ready to break the lock and I knew they were gonna shoot me. Used the spare key on the nearest vault, dipped inside and prayed they would just head straight upstairs. Lucky for me, they did. You followed after them? At a distance, but yeah. Saw their boots on stairs, their shoulders around corners. They split on the second floor. One went upstairs. It was quiet, except for that squeak on the fourth step. Creek used to joke that that was a valuable security feature. They separated on the second floor without any prompting. Other one was stomping around the second floor, so I was able to keep my distance. Always knew exactly where that one was. Then one shouted down. He shouted, saying that everyone was dead. That must have been Chopin, just before Sosuke snuck up on him. I liked Creek. His boys were alright too. But I did not want to join them in Red Hood's company. So I didn't risk sticking around a second longer. I opened that window on the second floor and jumped for the ground. I was willing to hurt my knees, fall on my ass if I had to. but I ended up smacking the dumpster instead. Guy on the second floor shouted after me, "They're in the alley!" I heard windows slide open above me, footsteps on the fire escape, but my knees had stopped shaking and the fog was with me. They never saw me. You're saying you never even set foot on the third floor? Not until I came back hours later as a Zionist rep, nah. Where's the spare key now? Bottom of the bay at the moment. Hell of a throwing arm, as you can see. I ain't gonna help you go snorkel around. I ain't gonna help you go snorkel around for it if that's what you're asking. Well then. The people thank you for your testimony. You've cleared up a number of oddities surrounding this case. Though none of the answers you've provided have changed the fundamental facts of what the defendant is accused of. Not quite. She was in and out, counselor. Didn't even set foot upstairs. Excuse me. I know. Not until she came back to secure the scene, right? Out with it, counselor. There's no need for theatrics without the jury or gallery here. I'm still here. I like theatrics. I do appreciate the witness being so forthcoming about her first visit to the scene. Now I just need her to explain why she started covering up evidence when she returned. What are you talking about? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Okay. Let's see. Classified documents hard to copy, destroy. My knife found scorched in alley barrel. Stabbed Miller in the throat with it. Scrap of paper was hidden by trash. That's probably it. Yeah, it's probably scrap of paper. It's scrap of paper or the knife. Okay, let's try scrap of paper. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Why go to such effort to hide one small scrap of paper? What is that? More trash? Seriously? That's exactly what it is. Trash. Garbage. Some idiot knocked over a trash can on the second floor. It's a big building. This stuff happens. Still don't want to answer? Ugh. That's okay. I will. You covered up that scrap of paper because it implicates you as an accomplice. Didn't see that coming. Because it's nonsensical, Your Honor. Counselor, you just got done explaining how Han arrived after the pod was killed and left before Chopin died. Not an accomplice to murder. Just the mafia equivalent of leaking government secrets. Oh. Oh. Even though the papers were almost entirely illegible. It only took 4 characters for the P.492 plan to blow up in court yesterday. Years of blue blood planning all down the drain because Creek was reading something he shouldn't have when he died. But if he shouldn't have had it in the first place, one has to wonder where he might have gotten it. Ugh. All because of that one goddamn watermark. Identical to the one on your own business card. Zionist security? You leaked the red ink? Creek never asked nobody for nothing. Dumbass was a giver. Gave money, food, blood more than any of us. Enough that the weaker ones wouldn't have to get stuck. Guy like that came to a two-faced con hostess like me and asked for help. That red ink is radioactive. Anyone caught with it, why would he ask you for it? Old guard knew Creek was charismatic, brave, smart, everything they feared in a young blood. But they also knew Creek made them too much money for them to just off. So the old guard decided to wear them down instead. More jobs than any other crew, more responsibilities. Less downtime, no sleep. Keep them too tired to have time to rebel, then wait for them to screw up. So you can make an example of them when they do. Managers would do the same thing when a host got too full of themselves. Started thinking they were the ones bringing in the money. They were the ones that started thinking they were the ones bringing in the money. They were the ones who should grind them into dust. One old bastard had them trying to grab that Icaria kid or whatever. At the same time, another expected them to do some kind of arms handoff to a big shot. At least that was the rumor. Look, point is, Creek knew they had a target on their back already, so they wanted some kind of deterrent. They could have dropped that red ink into any inbox in town like a tactical nuke if they had to. But maybe that's why they fired their missiles first. You think the old guard killed Creek? I don't think it was that pretty boy Hound nursing those broken bones. Did he off the Chopin guy, though? I mean, I'd kill a stuck-up, spoiled prick like that for no motive, so... Did that answer your questions, counselor? Based on! Also welcome in, Cybernetic! Based on! Not the most burning one. When did this scrap of paper arrive on the second floor? Wasn't there when I ran out that window. It was dark, and you were panicked. How could you have even noticed? Paper's white. If you had seen it, would you have taken it? You kidding? Yeah, of course I would have taken it. Would have eaten the damn paper to make sure. Why didn't you simply eat the damn paper later when you did see it? Removing an item from the ARCS scan building would set off any number of red flags. And the first thing that would happen is they'd wind the clock back to see what it was. That's what I did. Looked back to see how the hell I missed it, but the damn thing was in every pick the ARCS had, right from the beginning. Knocking over trash to hide it was the best I could do. Lower ward survival tactics. Hide in numbers. If this scrap wasn't on the second floor when you left, but it was on the ARCS from the start, that means Reyes's body cam saw it by the second floor windowsill, the one that connected to the fire escape. Your Honor, I believe we're done with this witness, even though all we've managed to establish is that someone went to the third floor from that someone went from the third floor to the second floor without taking the stairwell. I love this art of Morgan. Someone circled around. And it was, I bet your fucking ass it's Rogers. If Rogers did, Porky Pig, calm down, you got time, yeah. I swear to God, if Rogers did not kill Chopin, I will be very surprised. You got all that from one paper? Am I stupid? Me every day. Just because those papers originated on the just because those, yeah, Jesus Christ. Just because those papers originated on the 3rd floor? If that scrap was found by the windowsill, someone could have taken the fire escape. Exactly. Could have. Someone could have. But obviously they didn't, because then they would have run right into Dr. Sato! She has some evidence or DNA or whatever. Maybe even an updated autopsy report if you even care. Should we let her in? Your Honor, you're the one overseeing the trial, so I can cry if I want to. Open her up. And kick the flirt out. Hey, Miss Morgan. That Ikarian dog didn't kill Creek's pod. No, he didn't. You gonna find out who did? Well, about that, hon. Not your job, huh? Guess I deserve that. Finding Creek's killer is technically not my job either, hon. Hello, William! Hello, welcome in, welcome in. We are playing Of the Devil episode 2, welcome in. But if they're brought before me, I can promise I won't hold anything back. Appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. And I won't tell any of the other Youngbloods to hold theirs. Oh god. My Sato voice is basically my Han voice without the Valley Girl. I guess my Han voice is a combination of my 80 voice and my Sato voice. Faux the artist. Hey, I accidentally clicked. I have no idea what this game is about. You're good, you're good. It's a visual novel. It's, I best describe it as Ace Attorney meets Cyberpunk 2077. It's a visual novel where you play a defense attorney. That's why I've been absent from the streams. You're so fine. You're so fine. Phew. Lots of news to break. I'll leave the interpretation of the good and bad to you two. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I just got back from my semi-small vacation on Sunday, so I'm still, you know, coming back from that. But overall, I'm good. I'm good. Yippee! That's cool. Just imply I'm ugly. It's fine. Counselor Morgan's hypothesis stands. This knife matches Miller's entry wound. Yeah! Well, how about that? How about that? And it matches the wound better than the katana, considering what we discussed yesterday. I'd be ready to say this is definitively the murder weapon used to stab Miller. After analyzing the knife Sarah recovered, Dr. Sato has concluded that it is the blade that stabbed into Miller's neck, not Sosuke's katana. Let's fucking go! But I've had no more luck with DNA testing than Sarah did. You weren't able to get anything? Nothing in the range of admissibility. However, like Sarah, I was also able to perform blood type analysis on the blade. And while I also found AB minus and B minus, AB negative, AB negative, AB negative, fuck, I did it again. And while I also found AB negative and B negative samples on it. It's a cyberpunk neo-noir visual novel inspired by Ace Attorney, Danganronpa, AI Somnum Files, Death Note, Umineko, Ghost in the Shell, Bakemonogatari, and many others, also deeply queer. Yeah! Yeah, you describe it better than I can, Cybernetic. We're not! I fucked it up, but I corrected myself. I found one more blood type as well. A positive. A plus. 3 people cut with 1 knife? This can't be hygienic. That's A plus, Pinky. As long as you don't stick it in your mouth, you should be fine. A positive blood? Who was there that night that had A positive blood? Morgan, you don't have A positive blood, do you, girl? Morgan? Your Honor, these facts bring a rather alarming fact to light. Uh-oh. My knife. Dr. Sato analysis has led us to conclude that this knife is a better match for the stab wound to Miller's neck than the katana blood is. Because suddenly the fact that profiles list the blood type is pertinent. Oh yeah. Type A positive blood. Okay, who has type A positive blood? Okay, Chopin has A positive. Oh! I see. It seems that Officer Tariq Chopin has A positive blood type. I do want to check Morgan too. Yeah, she doesn't have. Okay. Interesting. These findings bring a rather alarming fact. Like, thank you for the head pats. Yee. I love how when I move, the head pat follows me. Auntie Vicky also has A plus, if I remember. Let's check. Do. Do we not have her? Wait, where would her? Where? Do I have her profile in this episode? She's under Masters. Oh, okay. No, she has AB negative. God, she's so fucking hot. Anyways. If Dr. Sato, same as Morgan, my bad, yeah. If Dr. Sato believes that Miller was most likely stabbed by this knife and not the katana, that means that this knife was also the source of Miller's blood on Sosuke's bindings. So either my client killed 4 men while cycling between a gun, a sword, a bat, and now a knife with his wrists tied together, all before ever stopping to cut his bindings. Or he was still in captivity when the Blue Bloods were killed. That would be sick as hell, you gotta admit that, Morgan. Yeah, if he did manage to pull that off, that would be fucking sick, dude. But wait, that almost sounds like an alibi for 4 of the 5 murders. Ooh, we jamming now, boys. Oh, listen to this music. I'm putting both my headphones on for this. Fuck this. Oh, it's so fucking jazzy, dude. Yeah! I'm not saying he did it, but if he did, that would be so cool that I think we should let him go regardless. Scarlet Trot, yeah! Oh, this is so good. That is not an alibi, Your Honor. Merely an increasingly strong shadow of a doubt. The jury can decide that for themselves. The facts surrounding Tariq Chopin's death still stand. Sosuke Ikaria was the only living individual in the room Chopin was killed in. Sosuke Ikaria is the only person with his fingerprints on the katana. Something he corroborated with his very own testimony just a short while ago. And buy Scarlet Draw and Zero Summary together for like $3 from Leonard Rain's Bandcamp. I'm 100% gonna do that, thank you. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna add that to my offline music player on my phone. And the defense's theorized fleeing suspect has already been revealed as incapable of committing any of these crimes. Yes. But unfortunately for the people's case against my client, there's evidence that completely overturns our understanding of how Chopin died. It's the knife. It's the fucking knife. It's got his blood type on it. It's got his fucking blood type on it. I am gonna save just because I'm paranoid, but it's got his fucking blood type on it. Hello, welcome in, Mario Boy. Welcome in, Mario Boy. We're playing Uncle Episode 2. Zachary Carvel's tracks are also linked too, and those are just name your price. I got it. Yeah, Fire Escape, Red Ink, Susie's Medical Records. My knife! My fucking knife! Over in your room. Wait, where do I put it? Where do I put it? Where do I put it? Where do I... What? Am I stupid? Where do I put it? Oh, here. The knife that Dr. Sato was just confirmed was used on Miller? Very likely used to kill Miller, yes. But definitely used to kill Chopin! Oh, it goes in the same place it always goes. Listen. Listen. Yes! What? What are you going on about? Oh, let's fucking groove it, dude! Let's fucking groove it! Oh, it's this fucking sax. Oh, this fucking rules. They're fucking going ham. What are you going on about? Blood typing. Chopin is the only victim with A positive blood. Even my client Sosuke has AB negative blood. Yet Dr. Sato just told us that A positive blood was found on this knife. That blood could have come from nowhere but the single fatal wound identified on his autopsy. Chopin's blood was all over that scene. The knife could have fallen into it at any point. Check. Not at any point, no. This knife was removed from the crime scene and never seen by the ARCS. That means it had been moved into the alley before Detective Reyes arrived on the 3rd floor. But Chopin was impaled by the sword. We've all seen it. Yes, but not fatally. How could that stab wound not be fatal? Because it was post-mortem! It was post-mortem, bitch! What do you have to say to that, Emma? You're basing this on the blood? Usually closely follows a stabbing, yeah. It's the amount of blood, Your Honor. An impalement doesn't leave much blood at the scene because the weapon acts as a stopper. I assumed the amount of blood at the scene was the result of the sword being jostled afterward because the wound had been aggravated. But this knife turns that idea on its head. Okay, here's my prediction. Rogers killed Chopin with the knife. Then he took the knife and he put it in the barrel and set it on fire. And he put the sword into the knife wound to frame it on Sosuke. That's my theory so far. Yes, Chopin was stabbed in the heart from behind, but it was most likely with this knife. The barrel was already burning when Morgan arrived herself. Oh, okay. So maybe Rogers stabbed Chopin with the knife. Maybe. Huh. And then maybe he just like tossed it out the window. Maybe he just like tossed out the window and it landed in the barrel and he was like, oh shit, great, this is already on fire. He collapsed on the floor dead. Ah! No, don't bald me! No, why would you make me bald? He collapsed on the floor dead. Then the knife was removed and his corpse was impaled with the sword in the same wound, leaving a mark on the floor. The sword was only then moved around, increasing the wound size and masking the initial knife's entry wound, while utterly soaking the floor in blood. It's a possibility. If I may, Your Honor, this may be just a possibility, but it's— ah! Hello, Enyo. Thank you for throwing an egg at my bald head. But it's the possibility that makes the most sense to me. It explains the irregularities with the victim's substantial blood loss, the pattern of the wound, and the indentation on the floor. It might make medical sense, Dr. Sato, but the sequence of actions you've described are not those of a rational human. No, it's those of a fucking cop. But wanting to frame Sosuke for the murder seems pretty reasonable. And stabbing the corpse with his katana would be the best way to do that. They needed the katana to frame Sosuke. They didn't need the katana to frame Sosuke. Fuck. They needed the katana to frame Sosuke. They didn't need the katana to frame Sosuke. I'm gonna say they need the katana to frame Sosuke. I saved. We'll see. You make a strong argument, Dr. Sato. In order to frame my client for Chopin's death, they'd have to put his fingerprints on the murder weapon, the knife. They wouldn't need to stab the corpse with Sosuke. Wait. Could I just put the knife? Oh, right. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. Nope. Nope. I knew it all along. Nope. Nope. I'm sure it occurred to them that the sword would point to Sosuke. But if their primary goal was framing him, all they'd have to do is put the knife in his hands. Ah, that's true. Swapping out the murder weapon and disposing of the knife is 2 to 4 times as much work. That many more chances to make a mistake. It's nonsensical. Stabbing Chopin's corpse with a katana didn't help them frame Sosuke. So what did it achieve? It made a big mess some poor schmuck would have to clean up. Yes, that's... Chopin's blood nearly destroyed all the red ink docs at the scene. But who says that's a coincidence? What if Chopin was stabbed twice just so that his blood would cover up the red ink docs? This is insane. Makes sense to me. No, not your logic for the stabbing. This idea of yours that Tariq Chopin was part of some kind of conspiracy to defraud the city. Agreed. That is insane. I believe just the opposite. You what? Morgan immediately like, oh right, yeah, I was bullshitting about that. Tariq Chopin was an unpopular, straight-laced political aspirant working as a cop only to improve his electability. His personality, his family, his goals, he'd have every reason to blow the whistle on Prop 492. And just get the whole project canceled? Leaving the lower wards in an underdeveloped lurch. A lot of people would hate to see that happen. A lot of blue bloods. But the son of 2 city councilmen wouldn't care. And Nikaria, like my client, would be actively rooting for it. You think Chopin was murdered just to cover up the fact that Prop 492 had been corrupted? Just? All that money left on the table? All the future money coming down the line? That's a much better motive than... What was it you proposed exactly? That my client saw a police officer and would rather stab him than have to explain why he killed his captors? Something along those lines. So, like, what's going on now? Did Sosuke do it or not? Eto bleh. That will be cleared up in very short order, Your Honor. With the help of our final witness. Oh? Oh? So Yoru wasn't even really used to frame me. Oh shit, yeah, ads. Ads are starting in 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes. Should we just go ahead and run them now, though? Do you think? Maybe this seems like a good pausing point. So we're gonna run 3 minutes of ads. I do this so that pre-rolls stay off of my Twitch streams. Unfortunately, it's one or the other. But it's also a good way to just, you know, take a pause, take a breather, get up, get some food. Though if you don't want to see ads, you can always subscribe to my channel on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, you won't get any ads because I'm not monetized on there. But yes, we're gonna run 3 minutes of ads, so we're gonna take a pause from the gameplay. Don't go anywhere. Feel free to use this time to get a snack, get a drink, go jerk off, take your meds.
Come on and subscribe. Give Pinky your money. Come on. Come on.
Whatever you gotta do, and we'll be back in 3 minutes. Boom. Is it running? Is it running? Is it running? Okay, ads are running. Yay! Yay! Ads are running. Okay. It's heating up. It's heating up. Yippee! Yeah, so my theory is that Rogers was part of the corruption for Prop 492. And so he killed Chopin in order to stop that from getting out and get his blood all over it. Yeah, that's my I'm still firmly in the Rogers killed Chopin theory. I'm firmly in the Rogers killed Chopin theory. Unless I get something. I don't think I need more water right now. I think I've got enough. I might later, but I've only got like half hour left of stream, so we'll see. But yeah. Wow. I really want to order food tonight, but I don't. Oh! I could tell y'all about the stuff I found thrifting, because I didn't just find clothes and DVDs. Get your water all good, that doesn't mean you need to hydrate more. Yeah. But I was about to hold it up as if you can see it, but I found a really fucking cool bag. It's like a satchel. It's like a big satchel made of like leather and shit. I've always wanted a satchel. And now I have one. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I finally have a satchel. It's got like a long strap, so it can be like pics in Discord of thrifts after stream, please and thank you. Yes. I will take pictures of things I found thrifting. I don't know if I can take pictures of all of the clothes because they're kind of like all in like a trash bag. I can try, but I can definitely send a picture of the bag. The bag fucking rules. I can definitely take a picture and send a picture of the bag. It's a cool ass bag, and it was $13, which for this bag, that's a good fucking deal, man. That's a good fucking deal for $13. I'm hoping to use this bag for a good long while. I can maybe use it when I don't want to use, because I do have a backpack. I have a strawberry backpack, but you know, not everything you want to bring things to is like a strawberry backpack kind of vibe. Sometimes you want more of like a leather satchel kind of vibe. So I can use my satchel for events that are more of a leather satchel kind of vibe more than a strawberry backpack kind of vibe. Okay, ads are over! Yay! Yay! Okay, let's continue. So Yoru wasn't even really used to frame me. It was used to draw more blood from the wound to soak the papers? A very cold decision to make in the heat of the moment. Defiling a corpse just to protect investments. Colder than stabbing someone in the back? In some ways. Didn't think that was up for debate. Thank you for joining us once again, Officer Rogers. Oh, it's time. It's time. This man is gonna have an Ace Attorney breakdown. An Ace Attorney breakdown. I can fucking sense it already. I'm excited. No problem. Oh, where is everybody, though? I'm pretty sure this is the voice I gave him. Well, after that shooting yesterday, I'd rather not risk the integrity or celerity of this trial by rescreening every member of the gallery when I've already cleared the room once. Celerity? Speed! Trial's gotta go fast, baby! And it takes everyone a while to find their spot in the stands again. We were almost caught in the line of fire not 24 hours ago, Officer Rogers, yourself included. Surely you don't find the lack of an audience to be intimidating? No, I guess not. Where'd we leave off with this guy anyway? I believe the lawyer over there had just accused my late partner of being on the take for the Blue Bloods. I was merely exploring a possibility raised by the witness's sworn statement, Your Honor, that he never heard any gunshots in the area himself. And I stand by that. Good. Does the defense have questions for this witness, Your Honor? Or should we all continue to glare at one another for the rest of the day? Okay, GLaDOS, I suppose we could just glare at one another until one of us drops dead, but I've got a better idea. It's your old friend, Deadly Neurotoxin. Tempting, but I guess we'd better not. Your Honor, we ask that the witness testify once more about Porky Pig. Your Honor, we ask that the witness testify once more about how he and his partner arrived on the scene. Yeah, no problem. I'll repeat it as many times as you like. I'm gonna have to call you on that. Okay, whistle. Whistle. Okay. Go ahead and... Okay, no, I can't. It was a quiet night, but then my partner heard gunshots. We headed for the nearest known Orca hotspot and arrived to find the building dead quiet. Door was locked. I checked the alley, but I didn't see another way in. So Chopin shot off the lock through the door and we entered. Followed some kind of loud music up the stairs. Then there was a slam and my partner bolted to the third floor. About a minute later, I heard a thud from upstairs and came running to find the defendant standing over my partner's dead body. Adonai, are you waiting for something perhaps? I am waiting until I can fucking save Sarah. Just savoring the moment, I suppose. There's only one thing to do at this point, and once I hit the trigger on it, things will really take off. Fuck, okay. Okay, it was a part. What? But he... Wait. I heard gunshots. I almost want to call him right here because, like, didn't they get a... Okay. Headed for the nearest known orca hotspot. Arrived in the building, dead quiet. Door was locked, yeah. Yeah. So Chopin shot off the lock. Yes. Followed some kind of loud music up the stairs, and there was a slam of a door bolted to the 3rd floor. About a minute later, I heard a thud from upstairs and came running. I the defendant standing over my partner's dead body. Okay. I think... Okay. Sorry. Okay. Oh. Quit that already! As I've mentioned, I feel many times by now, that is a very unpleasant tone, Adonai. Sorry, Butterfingers. Hasn't anyone told you it's in poor taste to use the same trick twice? It's been a lot more than twice now. And besides, it's only an issue when it's used twice on the same audience. Speaking of which... Oh boy! Officer Rogers, you gonna fucking answer that, buddy? You gonna fucking answer that, buddy? What are you gonna have to say for yourself? What do you have to say for yourself, motherfucker? You gonna answer that, Officer Rogers? Imagine not turning your phone off in the courtroom. Just to fill you in, officer, what I accidentally pressed just now is a whistle found at the scene of the crime. Weird coincidence that my little slip-up coincided with your phone vibrating. Can you read us the notification you received just now? Or should the court computer simply force open all your devices and splatter your data across the walls? Officer Rogers, you have a so-called receiver application installed on that device, do you not? Yes, I do. Is that in line with department guidelines on use of third-party software on state-provided devices? It's not breaking any regulations. Doesn't need to earn you any demerits to make you look guilty as sin. You and your partner, that is. Did Chopin also have the app installed? We can go check. If having that app on your phone makes you guilty of something, you'd have to arrest half the cops patrolling the lower wards. What do you mean? Well, it's common knowledge that the orcas use unconventional tactics to talk to one another. Flags on buildings, clothes left out on lines, smoke signals, probably even messenger pigeons. Where? Don't jump scare me like that. When you've got to figure this statuesque, every pigeon is a disaster waiting to happen. Anyways, whistles like that one aren't uncommon. So, is it common for members of the police department to try to listen in on the chatter of groups like the Blue Blood Mafia? Lower wards aren't a place a cop walks into without every weapon they can carry. And that goes double for information. So there's nothing suspicious about his phone reacting to that horrible, horrible racket? Adonai, have I had to put up with that noise for nothing? Not for nothing. The witness is correct, Your Honor. There's nothing suspicious about having a receiver installed on any of your devices, even if you aren't a cop. What's incriminating is the fact that Officer Rogers' device responded to the specific frequency of this whistle. Sorry, officer. A little blue birdie already told the Kurt that you need to input a frequency in order to get alerts for A little blue Birdie already told the court that you need to input a frequency in order to get alerts for it. Yeah, I know that. So does the whole force, in fact. What? I see. The hell is she reading over there? Officer Rogers, testify about this anonymous tip that the police department received last night. Oh, I haven't seen the submission myself, but it came through the department's network straight into everyone's inboxes. Be advised, anonymous tip suggesting potential Orca analog chatter at the frequency listed below. Patrol officers in lower wards use this information to your discretion. That's absurd. What's the point of informing every cop in the city about a secret communications channel? The Blue Bloods would find out their line is compromised within minutes. Would they? I don't know. I don't control how anonymous tips get handled. But as soon as you got an email telling you there might be criminal communications occurring at a random frequency, you tuned into it right away? Well, believe it or not, I'm a little concerned about criminal communications these days. Also, didn't she just say that the tip came in last night on day 2 to 3 of the trial? Having seen my partner murdered by an orca right in front of me, barely 24 hours before nearly getting shot myself. Back up. You saw the moment of your partner's death? That's news to the court, buddy. Well, you know what I mean. Your Honor, the tip was submitted and the frequency was spread throughout the police department network. Likely because the Blue Bloods believed it to be compromised, having already been used at a scene where 4 of their members died. Officer Rogers may have the receiver app on his phone, but so do many other police officers in the city. The app doesn't provide timestamps of when frequencies are added. So there's no proof of when his phones first started listening for the frequency? Neither he nor his partner were members of the organized crimes unit. Therefore, they had no criminal informants of their own, and they could not have obtained this frequency before the rest of the department. Since the defense cannot prove that this signal was acquired illegitimately, I never said I couldn't prove that. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Okay, scrap of paper, hidden by trash, Creek's data pad. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Would it be the Magus? Would it be the Magus? Drinks. Ready. Creek's data pad. Let's review evidence. That's true. I'm gonna try the Magus. I'm gonna try. The gun? What of it? Not just any gun, a Magus, legally registered to Ankerton. And how do I know that? Because this gun was identified and scanned over a week ago, when Tanks was briefly detained by some well-meaning officers on patrol. I am a god of gaming. I am doing so good. That report. Officers TC and HR reported the following. Subject in possession of firearm in violation of parole. Hello, Dractic Backtick. You're cool and have anime eyes. Bye. Yeah. And subject in possession of suspect communication software installed on personal phone. He wrote all of that in the report? That doesn't suck. You and your partner found the emergency frequency for Creek's pod over a week ago by skimming Tank's phone. and sat on it until last night when you kindly dropped it off in the tip box. The hell are you even saying? Why would we frisk a perp, get good intel, and then keep it to ourselves? For the same reason your partner might report a generic shots heard over the police network when he already knew exactly where to look. The same reason he'd be ecstatic at finding documents on Prop 492 at the site of an orca bloodbath. You wanted your gold stars! You wanted to be first on the scene at the site of a blue blood massacre. Council is badgering, Your Honor. Oh yeah. And losing her meager thread of logic in the process. The previous witness testified that there was, in fact, a silent alarm that night. A silent alarm that needs to be actively pressed. It could have only gone out before Creek's heart stopped. Said witness responded to the alarm by traveling on foot, and yet arrived well before Rogers and Chopin. The lower wards are maze-like. She could have been closer. That whistle has a limited range over which it can be received. You propose that Officer Rogers and Chopin were within that limited range at 9:45 p.m., yes? Obviously you do, or else they would have never received the frequency at all. So if person H is on foot and individual R is in a police car, and they both receive a signal at the same time, and a train leaves Appletown at 3 p.m., that seems like an irrelevant factor. All the court needs to consider is this. How could Officer Rogers and Chopin have possibly arrived later than someone traveling on foot if all three were within that range? Can't believe I told my geometry teacher that none of this would ever be useful. This isn't geometry, damn it. It's just logic. The fact is that they did arrive later than Hawk. If I'm right about the motivation for Chopin's actions that night, if he was sitting in his police car and suddenly got a notification telling him some blue bloods were having a life or death emergency, how would he react in that moment? It would seem that the defense does not have evidence available to address this contradiction, Your Honor. Evidence explaining exactly how Chopin proceeded to the crime scene? Okay. Don't have that evidence. I'm gonna say I have that evidence. I'm gonna say I have the evidence. Of course I have evidence that explains this contradiction. I just have to go get, okay, no, that's wrong. Whoopsies, whoopsie boopsies. I don't have evidence. Regretfully, Your Honor, we do not have such evidence in our possession. But fortunately, Your Honor, we live in a surveillance police state. Pardon? And that makes it pretty easy to surveil police officers. The officer's patrol car, their cell phones, traffic cameras, and optics data. I could request any of it, hell. Your Honor, I formally subpoena all of it. Oh! What? Yeah, get ready, motherfucker. What? Can she do that? I'm not sure. I'm still learning. Reyes's drunken swipe at my front door reminded me exactly how much power the police have. But it was her dutiful checking in that made me realize just how hard it is to lose a cop in this city. Whatever it takes to answer this question for the court. After Officer Chopin reported that he heard shots fired at 9:45 p.m., exactly how long did he and his partner do donuts in the parking lot before actually driving off to the scene? defense, but it's entirely doable. Do the people object? The people, of course, object to any data collection effort that would be a waste of taxpayers' money or a violation of their privacy. So we would prefer that the range of this request be narrowed somewhat. Narrowed, perhaps, from everything to something. Happy to do that, Your Honor. I promise not to act like a kid in a candy shop when browsing through. If you do this, if you subpoena that data, you'll... Oh boy, what? You'll... Yes? You'll just see me driving like a lethargic moron. Officer Rogers? He seems different. Hardly recognize him. Agreed, but I recognize his type. Soldier. Your Honor, what the defense is suggesting is largely accurate. Pardon? That's a first. Though there were some corrections, I feel I should make it this time. No objections here? Officer Chopin is the one who discovered the frequency when we apprehended Anker Ton. He entered it into both of our receiver apps at that time without my knowledge. It wasn't until the night in question that he chose to inform me of the intel he had obtained, and how he planned on acting on it. At 9:45 p.m., we received a signal. Before I could react, he had put out a notice on the police network that he had heard gunshots. It was at this time that he told me to drive towards Blue Blood territory. As he started to explain to me what he believed we would find, I chose to take a suboptimal route. We spent several minutes in traffic as he berated me for my sense of direction. So you both knew this silent alarm would lead you to some kind of blue blood emergency. But only you realized that meant you should take your time getting there. Logically, a silent alarm is triggered during a confrontation, not afterwards. I had no desire to walk into the crossfire of an Orca gunfight without backup. You could have had backup, easily. My partner and I had no desire to share our intel or how we obtained it. I apologize to the court, Your Honor, for being evasive or misleading during these proceedings. And I intend to take full responsibility for doing so. But I was not eager to admit the role my own cowardice played in these events. Nor would I ever want to imply that Officer Chopin was responsible in any way for his own murder. Very warm sentiments from the officer. Delivered with a voice as cozy as ice water. So you're telling the court that you and your partner arrived at what you expected to be a bloodbath, and you still shot the lock off the door and started stomping around inside, well separated from one another? Respectfully, ma'am, with the route I took and the time it took us to arrive, we expected to find all targets neutralized. And that expectation was reinforced when we arrived on the scene and found the whole vicinity dead quiet. Yet we were still the first on the scene, despite my stalling for time. I think that might have enthused my partner. He was excited, and I let him set the pace. It's my deepest regret that I agreed with his request to split up. First to arrive on the scene? We know that wasn't the case. A blue blood got there well before you and your partner. That's what you were talking about? The witness wasn't present for that individual's testimony. He's merely giving the facts as he knows them. And he can't have known that there was a blue blood in the building. On the contrary, he already testified about encountering them yesterday, as they made a not-so-silent retreat down into the alleyway. That was a blue blood making all that racket? I see. My partner, Chopin, he shouted that there was someone scrambling around down in the alley not long before he was killed. He must have opened the windows on the third floor to check. That's a new detail, Officer Rogers. Pardon me if I failed to mention it yesterday. It occurs to me that you weren't present in the courtroom when this other curious detail was brought to light. The fact that there was another weapon at the scene of the crime. A bloody knife, which somehow ended up down in the dumps. Know anything about that? The shadow goes from the second floor window according to the sexy Latina, if you really care. No ma'am, I do not. Playing dumb? Wrong move. But I do know that Cyanus is a bunch of amateurs with conflicted priorities. Explain this to the court then. Forensic analysis has already shown that this knife was the murder weapon used to stab Miller, getting a healthy amount of his blood on it in the process. It's also been established that this knife must have been what my client used to cut his own bindings. If you say so. The evidence says so. If the defense isn't interested in asking the witness questions, perhaps they'll answer mine. What does that have to do with Officer Rogers? Everything, of course. Allow me to show you why. Okay, sound alarm, Suzuki's medical records, London's testimony. Second scene, with numerous injuries. Han is a Chinese surname. Honestly, I was under the implication that she was Blasian, like black and Asian. Let's try London's testimony. I know for a fact that Sosuke had to use that knife to cut his bonds. This is wrong. Detective London has testified that Officer Rogers apprehended Sosuke alone. So why can't the officer who apprehended the man last known to be using this knife tell us how it ended up in the alley? Yes! That is a question well worth asking the witness. I have no idea what you're talking about. When I found your client, he had that Mag US, and he had the sword. The sword he had stuck through my partner. This knife you're talking about? Where did you find it? In the trash. Drum. Down in the alley? Well, then some crime scene tech idiot must have thrown it out thinking it was bio waste. Or some Cyanus lackey tossed it as a prank. I wouldn't know. Because I spent hours being debriefed in that room on the third floor while they set up the ARCS. I spent all night in a room with my partner's corpse. Never took a trip down to empty the recycling bin. The window was fucking open, dude. We know the knife was with Sosuke at one point, and we know it ended up down in the alley later. So it stands to reason that someone had to walk it downstairs and out of the building. If Rogers never left that room all night, then someone else must have moved it. He could have removed the knife. Okay, I think he could have, but we'll see. I think he could have removed the knife. So let's see. 0 points for you. 0 points again? All that processing power and you can't manage to think in 3D? It doesn't matter if Officer Rogers stayed in that room all night, Your Honor. All anyone needed to do to dispose of the knife was step out onto the fire escape and drop the knife down into the barrel waiting below that was already fucking on fire. Well, yeah, she's a two-dimensional sprite, Morgan, and so are you for that matter. Yeah, and so am I. No need to leave the 3rd floor. No need to leave the crime scene at all, Officer Rogers. What kind of trick shot bullshit are you talking about? That is a long drop, Your Honor. A straight drop. Gravity's convenient like that. The target was a small drum in a dark alley. It was on fire! Said drum was burning when the police arrived. The target would have been plainly lit, and I've taken both of your arguments into consideration. After much deliberation, I have come to the conclusion that the proposed method of removing the knife from the 3rd floor is not actually that hard to do. Assuming a modicum of hand-eye coordination and a basic understanding of Newtonian physics. Well, obviously, couldn't anyone manage that? Practiced martial artists who are masters of every muscle in their body, individuals like yourself, and me, might find it hard to relate. Oh, Sarah, I love you. You're the cutest little baby. But there are some who would struggle with the task. Yourself and I. Wait, hand-eye coordination? Eloquently put, Your Honor. So, you must agree that someone with hand-eye coordination so bad that they hold the record for worst marksmanship in the entire police department. Someone with such poor aim that they opted to physically assault a target rather than shoot them. Someone like that might find it impossible to pull off. Are you talking about me? Okay. Cybernetic, can I ask you a question? How much more of this case is there? How much more of this episode is there? Is there enough that if I stopped here, I could have another 2-hour stream? Or a 1-hour stream with other stuff in it? Or are we, like, pretty close to the end? Oh, for sure, especially with extras. Okay, so on that case, I think I might stop here then, because we have reached the 2-hour mark, and I can feel my voice giving out. Oh yeah, plenty to go. There are like 6 bonus scenarios. Oh hell yeah. Okay, let's just go ahead and save that 5 times. Okay, yes. And then we're going to go ahead and close out and go back. So that is gonna do it for today's stream. Ah, no, don't make me bald! Okay, we're having fun. But yeah, no, that's gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you so much for watching, if you were watching. Yes. But yes, thank you so much for watching. It's the trial. The trial is trialing. There's so many twists and turns. I want to see what happens next, but I know I can feel my voice giving out. I need to save it. So we are going to pause for now, but we will pick up on episode 2 next Tuesday. So if you want to see what happens next, come to Pinky Punchy channel next Tuesday, or you can play the game yourself. I recommend playing the game yourself. It fucking rules. But yeah. Other than that, yes, I will be back on Thursday for some Pokemon. Woo! Now that we've finally gotten the next gym done, we can move on. We can actually move on. But yeah, and see what comes next. But yes, and then I'll be here on Saturday for Stardew Valley. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back up again. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yes, but yes, other than that, yes, I'm still working on my cover too, but yes, other than that, I believe it is time for everyone's favorite part of stream. Who is live that week can raid? 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 Oh! You can raid into Jam Jarhead. They're a VTuber. They're a VTuber who they have a jar of jam for a head. I discovered them a little bit ago, so this will be a first raid-in, so be nice. Be nice to Jam Jarhead, okay? But we're gonna raid into them. Seems like they're celebrating 4 years of affiliate. Good for them. But yes, we gotta be nice. Yes, be nice. Be nice to the Jam Jarhead. But yes, we're gonna raid into Jam Jarhead. If you're on the Twitch side, if you're on the YouTube side, then I will see you on Thursday. Yes. And I have a YouTube channel. But yes, if you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Pinky Punchy. I'm the half goblin, half elf, all pink VTuber. I am live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on both my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel, whichever you prefer. And if you want to check out all of my YouTube VODs, I have those on my YouTube channel, as well as all of my song covers, if that's something you're interested in. I have in the works some more song covers, so if you want to hear me sing, oh boy. But yes, other than that, I will see you all on Thursday. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time of day it is for you. And I will see you all on Thursday for Pokemon. Punch!